The emphasis of the school partnership program is to offer opportunities for local Boston students to look at and engage with each other in talking about works of art.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, good morning and happy Tuesday. So we're going to have a VTS discussion today. Remember, when we use visual thinking strategies, the point of it is to look at images, to look at artwork, and to think about what we see and to build understanding of the image together. We're going to be using 3 questions today. What do we think is going on in the image? What do we see that makes us say that? And what more can we find? We'll be looking at 2 different images today.
Visual thinking strategies, or VTS, is the teaching method that we use to engage students with works of art.
Okay, what do you see that makes you think that this might be a town meeting?
Like the way they're all like united and I feel
VTS is a way for students to practice the skill of analyzing, but it's in the context of visual works of art. And I think when they have the opportunity to answer the question, what do you see that makes you say that? When they answer that question, they provide evidence.
I don't think he's a slave, but I think he isn't being treated as the other people because he's the only dark-skinned person that I see in the picture, and everyone else is kind of off mingling and talking, and he's pouring drinks. So it looks as if
They're also thinking about how that visual evidence supports their claim. And so when they develop that skill orally and they see it visually, I really think it makes them stronger writers, of course stronger speakers, and most definitely more critical thinkers.
And each student is coming from a different background, different experiences, different knowledge. So there really is this room not only for students to have an autonomous or idiosyncratic response, but in engaging those students in VTS discussions, they're sharing those different ideas together. And together we're building meaning together and can see things in much deeper ways than we could on our own. We have your small groups, and we have this whole room to take a closer look at. And as you see, there are different types of artwork and lots of things here in this room. Look at them and use the VTS questions. What's going on with this object or artwork? What do we see that make us say that? And what more can we find?
It's the same animal right there, see?
oh yeah,
Right
the
there,
same
see
two
that?
animals.
The advantage of using this teaching technique really comes to fruition when you see the students engaging with one another without the prompting by one of the museum educators or by the classroom teacher. Students are just naturally inclined to go look at art and talk about it together.
So, do you think she's floating? That picture to that picture?
That one?
Yeah, that, no.
In terms of art museum education, we're shifting away from being the interpreter of the artworks to really looking at different audiences and thinking about what's meaningful to them, what's important to those audiences, how can they relate to different artworks, and bringing the artwork and the people together and helping them make connections in their own ways, but also in these meaningful, lasting ways that make deeper impressions, that make visitors feel more comfortable with visiting artworks or looking at unfamiliar visual imagery and sitting down or taking a closer look and noodling their way through it and really problem solving through it.
So that's making it sort of distinctive?
Yes.
Okay.
I think they're trying to make the clothing stand out more too, because they don't want the faces to get in the way. Maybe that's why they covered them.
Many of them don't have the habit of going to museums on a regular basis. Many of them haven't developed the skills to look at art and feel empowered to say something important about artwork. So this gives them a way, and also gave me a way, to look at artwork and have something to say with a strategy and a confidence builder behind it. You put in that much effort on the way back.
After the visit, a lot of times when the classes walk back to their classrooms, they're talking about what they saw. They're talking about the ideas that came up. They're connecting it to the texts that they're reading or the history that they're learning about, and they're thinking a little bit more broadly about their community.
I definitely see students interacting with the museum almost as an extension of our school campus, which is what you want to see.